Hello, and welcome to the Proving Grounds. This is a new arena brought in 5.4, where you get to test yourself, challenge yourself, prove yourself. So I'm here with my monk, and we are going to go nuts on these illusionary mobs. As you can see, there are plenty of things you can buy here. You get soul stones, you can reforge, get some basic supplies. But we don't really need any of that, to be honest. You don't really take damage, so those stones aren't needed. At the very start, this is a gold level. We've already done bronze, we've already done silver. So we're doing the basics here. I've split myself into 3 with Storm, Earth and Fire, and we can therefore take out the small illusionary slayers, which die pretty fast, and split the damage onto this guy who cast Amber Weaver, the Amber Globule thing. Now, he casts that spell and that will follow you around. What you want to do is you want to lead that into the opposing illusion, so that that's the one that gets stunned and takes extra damage. And here, of course, it gets a little bit harder mob, the Banana Tosser. If you don't stay in range of that one, he will keep tossing bananas at you. And if the banana hits you, you will have a 75% chance to reduce hit rate, which is pretty horrible. Now you see these globules chasing me here, and, well, that guy died thanks to our Storm, Earth and Fire clone on him, otherwise we would have led the globule onto him. Now, we have a little time left over, so let's do a dance.
5, 4...
Wave 3 is upcoming, and it's obviously gonna get harder and harder. This one we see we have an Amber Caster on the right, a Banana Tosser in the middle, and a Healer. Now, this is a bit of a problem, because you want to be able to stay in range of the Banana Tosser, but you also want to be able to interrupt the healing of the caster. Now, I kind of screw up a lot here, actually. I set my clones on the wrong target. For those of you who don't know, the way clones work is you want to have them on targets you're not attacking. Because if you have clone on the same target you're attacking, they don't copy all your abilities, so it's not really worth the damage. However, I managed to do enough damage to the Banana Tosser, and the clone was always on the healer. So we got him, even though I think he got a heal off on the Banana Tosser. And then it's a simple matter of taking out the Amber Weaver, although we got quite close. Again, pretty basic. This healer has more health though, and again we screw up, we have a wrong clone here. And you see he gets a heal off right there. Luckily the casting time with heal is pretty long, so we can just get them killed and then go back. And we have 20 seconds to kill this, which should be fine. Now the thing about Proving Grounds is that you can't outgear this. Much like challenge modes in World of WarCraft Mr. Pandaria, your gear is scaled down to an item level of 463, which means that it doesn't really matter how good gear is. It doesn't really matter that my monk has a legendary cloak, a legendary meta gem, etc. You're still kind of screwed. These mobs are very basic. They just tell you how to attack from the back. But you have to turn and insta-kill this Banshee that spawns. They are priority targets. If you don't kill them within a certain amount of time, they explode and they will wipe you. Proving Grounds is basically telling you how to play the game. So you learn tactics such as interrupt the healer, stick on the mob, keep him slowed if possible, attack from the back, priority targets, and of course later on, as we will see, some even more advanced tactics. So this Banshee interrupts our little dancing, but we can take her out pretty easily.
4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the little rabbit things are basically there to show you AoE. But we do have 2 healers as well, so how are we going to interrupt both of them? Well, you kinda can't. Like, I'm trying to do something here, but I target the wrong person and get the paralyze off too late. But it's not really a big deal. Again, they can't cast every second, so as long as you do enough damage in the between to get them is fine. As you can see at the very edge of the screen, I have a clone on the Mystic, so it dies. Then it's just mopping up the rabbits with Spinning Crane Kick. This, of course, is harder or easier depending on what sort of class you are. Some classes will have an easier time with AoE than others. Some classes will have better burst. Some classes will have a lot easier time chasing things around, keeping them slowed, etc.
4, 3, 2.
Wave 7, this starts getting a little bit harder. But we have a Banana Tosser, we have an Amber guy, we have a healer, and we have a guard. And yeah, well, it gets a bit chaotic. So now we're going to try to heal that one. I think we get the paralyze off. So the Banana Tosser's dead, but then suddenly a Banshee. Luckily, we managed to get the Amber Globule onto it, and we can get that down. The clone kills the guard, and we're bound down to these two. Now it starts being a little bit easier. more manageable. As you can see, the Amber Globy goes straight onto him. Actually, AoE stuns me as well, but I use Nimble Brute to get out of it. Some classes obviously don't have an easy stun break, but some won't do. Now we only have a Banshee, and we get the remaining Armor Globule onto him. It starts getting quite chaotic towards the end, especially on gold. Bronze and silver are much easier, obviously. Gold is where the challenge starts.
4, 3,
8, 9, and 10. Well, mostly 8 and 10 are the hard ones. Because here we go, first of all, with an Amber guy, 2 Amber guys, and a Illusionary Shaw. As Trial Master Rotan tells us, save your strongest attacks or when its barrier falls. As you see, it's shielded right now, and that means this takes 50% less damage. So this is why we focus on the Amber Globules first, trying to get them down, get a stun off to stop it from casting with a leg sweep. Now, I was tempted to grab the Bloodlust buff there, but I didn't in the end. I'm saving it until the protection shield runs out, which is 8 seconds from now. It's getting close, and I see 4, 3, and I grab one, knowing I have one left for the final wave. And here we go. Pop a little bit of cooldowns, meaning Tiger Eye Brew mainly, and try to get him down. As a monk, I don't have a lot of insane cooldowns. I basically just have Tiger Eye Brew and my invoke Xuen. So that's what I'm going to do for this next phase, which gets quite hard.
1.
Wave 9. Banana Tosser, a large and tanky healer, and of course the big Shaw. That one I waited for the heal, made sure I could get it with a Paralyze. I have the clone on him, which means I don't do as much damage here. But the benefit here is that now I can cancel off the clone, have me on one of him, and since it's not really priority targets, I can split my DPS by putting one on the Shaw and one on the Mystic. This goes pretty well for a while, but then I got a Banshee. I try putting a clone on her first, but looking at the bomb I can see it's getting quite up there and I'm getting nervous, so I go over there and get off the final shot just in time. It could have ended quite badly. Time for the Shaw. Now the shield is down, and I'm busting out Xuen to make sure I can get him. I also cancel off the remaining buff so that I do my full damage onto this one target. I have 10 seconds left when it takes extra damage, so I'm trying to burst it down as much as I can. Thankfully I've got my little voodoo gnomes to help. That's from a trinket that drops in Throne of Thunder. And with 15 seconds to spare for the last phase. We've got a Bloodlust up on the side, but we don't have Xuen. Xuen will be up for a little bit more, but not long. And I know this phase, I've done it before. We're gonna go up against a really big Shaw that needs a lot of damage taken. Starts with one little Illusionary Slayer, literally just so we have something to kill while the shield is up. So we get him down. But again, I put one clone on him to make sure I get a little bit damage done. Now I cancel off the buff again as soon as I can. Actually I don't, I should have done that. But it's fine, it's not really taking much damage yet. So we're not really in much trouble. We are attacking it as much as we can, keeping a track on the protection shield. But at the moment we are actually nerfing the DPM damage, but here we go. Now the actual it's just good. We switch to the Banshee. It's down. Looking at the demo 3, 2, 1. Grab the Bloodlust. Open up. Pop the Tiger Eye Brew and nuke. We need to get all those million damage done before the shield runs out, or we will not fail this. Finish up with a Fist of Fury. And down he goes. And success! We have finished Proving Grounds Gold. If you're gonna continue with this, you can do Endless, but I'm not going to. This is pretty much what you need to do. Shin will be showing you Healer, and I'm thinking of maybe showing you Tank later on, because it's quite interesting. But until then, goodbye.